Welsh fencing vlog. So as you should have already seen by now, Cheeky's introduction in part 1. If you haven't, I highly recommend it there. So yes, on to part 2, on to the one and only Penelope Pitstop, A.K.A. Penny, my second horse and the pony that I've had the longest. Had her for 13 years. Yeah, 13 years it was. So I'm gonna try my best not to get emotional in this vlog, but it's gonna be really hard because I'm looking at old videos of her and you know, and happier times really. So yeah, so I will now hand you over to voiceover Hannah and introduce you to the lovely Penny. So the search began for a 14-2 all-rounder, and I remember Mum seeing this photo of Penny and just being like, that's your next horse. So we didn't even bother going to look at anything else. And yeah, this is the videos of me trying out Penny. She was quite breathtaking to look at, to be honest, because she was such a big pony. Like, in actual fact, she was like a horse in a pony's body. She was so big and so long and so chunky that I'd gone from little Cheeky, who was a Welsh Cross Arab, to this massive Welsh D cross thoroughbred, cross God knows what else. And yeah, she was so impressive to look at. She was a proper diva. So yeah, these are the videos of me just riding around, and I just remember that canter and being like, oh my god, I am smitten. Her jump was amazing, and of course we brought her home. However, we couldn't buy her straight away because her owners were so attached to her, and I don't blame them. Obviously I had Penny for 14 years, so I can see why. And yeah, we had her on loan for 3 months before we actually bought her. So of course it was time for our first go at a show, and we chose Greenlands to go show jumping, and this is where I got my first experience of what Penelope Pitstop was like round a course, and oh my god, was I in for the shock of my life. So here, yeah, we're not too bad. She's a bit quick, but you know, just go with her, that's absolutely fine. And then we turn this corner and I realise I have not got any brakes whatsoever, and she is just absolutely hammering at those fences. Again, I was in shock. I'd gone from Cheeky, who was relatively slow and quite a kick along, and then now, look at this, she just takes me. I've got nothing, just completely out of control. To turn her, I literally had to hang off her, and to be honest, that never stopped over the 14 years I had her. And yeah, so it was a 2-phase, so had to get clear over the first half, and then the rest of it was timed, which I didn't know about. And this one makes me laugh so much. I really don't know how I turned her here. Like, I'm literally hanging off the saddle, look. And she's just got such a ping. She's just so quick. Looking back, I'm just like, oh my god, why? How did I ride that? I'll be terrified now. But yeah, that was our first show and we won. So fast forward a fair few months later and countless lessons later, we were doing about 80, 90. This is us at our local gymkhana in Wyndham, the Wyndham Pony Club, which we absolutely love. Like, that was the go-to place for shows on a Sunday. And yeah, she's just popping around very nicely. Had such a good canter, and I actually managed to keep hold of her and keep control. These were kind of in the early days, when we were just getting our confidence, and yeah, she absolutely breezed round. Honestly, that horse's jump was just incredible. You never really had to worry about knocking a fence, because she had poles, but she had so much power. She was such a little powerhouse. So yeah, we got clear round in this one, I think. So that was a clear round, and then we're on to the jump off. Now, I had a habit of when I was younger, and it makes me cringe now, and I really I don't like thinking about it, but I was so competitive that I used to just get lost in it, and I used to get into my own head and just start putting in these stupid turns, which you're about to see in a minute. I know it sounds really big-headed, but I just kind of got used to placing and got used to winning a bit, and my ego was so high that I just kind of lost sight of just getting clear. And I used to ride to try and win, and yeah, makes me cringe now, but you can see how quick she was, and honestly, when that horse was on its game, she was unbeatable against the clock. She was so quick off the ground. So we moved on to BSJA and we joined there, and luckily Greenlands was our local venue and really close. We went there most weekends, to be honest, and me and Pen felt like the underdog because there were some really well-known names there that, you know, locally, and they've probably gone on to be really good show jumpers, and little me and Penny just popping around this 80 or 90, I think, I don't know, or a metre, I can't remember. And you'll see that we actually won it because, as I said, that pony was unbeatable on her game. After we gone clear, you had to go straight into the jump off, and Penny just took off with me completely. I did a really quick 1-2 and just went straight into the jump off. So I think this is mine and Penny's first ever 1m5 course, and you can just see I've got them more together. I've just kind of got the gist of her a bit more, so this must be maybe a year down the line of owning her now. And here we go. This is me and Penny trying out for the eventing team in Pony Club, and you can probably see why dressage wasn't our thing. I mean, yeah, she had amazing flashy paces, but she was like a tank going around there. I mean, she looked stunning. She was so shiny and such good health. But yes, she wasn't the best at dressage, and I hated it. I've always hated it. Just find it boring. And and you can see I'm struggling to hold her there because obviously she's in a grassy field. She's seen all the other horses going off doing the cross country, and she's well wound up. And then it was on to the show jumping side of eventing, and this was Penny's strongest point and also one of her strongest phases, of course. There's cross country, that's another level. But yeah, she just breezes around these, and this was really our strongest discipline, I think. So here we are, the cross-country side of eventing with Penny, the nappiest pony known to mankind. She was just napping to the other horses at the top of the hill, and this is what I got. So I'm going to fast forward this bit onto the better bit. So I think there was a small log here that had to pop and then down a bank. And why do all my horses jump like that down steps? Honestly, Cheeky did it, Penny did it, and Seven does it. So the photos are going to be fantastic at that. And yeah, here she goes, just barreling through the water. And I've just got nothing. I just did not have any brakes. She was one extreme to the other. She would go 110 miles an hour or she wouldn't move, and it made cross country impossible. Like, she yanked my hands out, and yes, as you can see, we did not make eventing. And no, this clip is not fast forwarded. This is how fast that little mare was. So this was our first time at Black Dyke, and it was quite a popular BSJ venue. I think it still is, to be honest, but yeah, it was our first time there. And the jumps were full up to height, 1.5 metre, full width, 1.5 metre. And I was pooing my pants, but Pen just breezed round. Yeah, I was in shock, to be honest, at how well she jumped, but this was definitely one of the best times she ever jumped, because she just felt incredible. Come around this corner, she kind of took off with me a little bit, just ran down this line, and then there should be about 5 or 6 strides there, and Penny puts in 4, and I was just like, oh my god, did she actually just make that? She did. She was such a powerhouse. She always jumped indoor really good, and again, she just takes off with me down this side, and I just got nothing. And then, yeah, we just come a bit too fast into there, and she says, no, can't do that, Mum. And then I just didn't have the canter to get her over that again, so I had to wing her back round, give her a bit more room, and yeah, she just popped through it. But it was just a real shame that we just got that, because she jumped amazing, and I was so pleased with her. So I apologise for the quality of these clips, but, you know, they're like 14 years old now on an old camcorder, so, you know, I get what I'm given. And this is me and Pen doing the Dengie qualifier, and I really wanted to qualify. I just remember being like, I really want to qualify. So here we are, having a little pop round, and Mum always says this is the best that Pen ever jumped, and the best one we ever had, because it was steady, it was precise. I wasn't just winging around the jump off turns, I actually had control of her, and I was really riding for those turns with determination. I mean, look at that one, literally just yanked her over it. And then this wall, I remember absolutely cacking my pants and thinking, she's never going to jump that, it's massive. But yeah, she just popped it. And there's my time. Thanks, Dad, always doing that on the videos. So we actually won that class, and this is us at the Dengie Regional Qualifiers. So this is at Homeside Hall, I think, in Newcastle. And this is our round. This was like a warm-up round, so I think the jumps were maybe 75, 80. And basically it was fastest round wins. And I just completely forgot about that. So here we are, here's our round. So I think this was the point where I remembered, I'm going to jump off. So you'll see that I really quicken up the pace now, and you can see my mate in the corner going, come on, you can do it. So yeah, this is our speedy round now. It was like a button turned. I was like, this is too steady, and then I just went for it. We did come third, which was nice. So it wasn't all competitions in those early days. We went to the beach quite a lot, and Pen was actually schooled on the beach in Barrow by Alicia, who used to own her. So she was really accustomed with the beach, and she absolutely loved it. I mean, she should have been a racing pony. The speed and stride of her was just, she was like bloody Frankel. So this was area show jumping for Pony Club. I think it was the seniors, maybe in 85, 90, yeah, I don't know. And this was about the time when we just started noticing Penny wasn't quite herself, and we were just getting a few stops here and there, and she was kind of taken off with me a bit more, and she just didn't feel as happy about jumping anymore. I mean, sometimes, watch me come around this corner, you can just see she's fighting a lot with her head. Now, looking back, it's quite alarming how much we let it go unnoticed, but we didn't know she was happy at the time, and actually the neck thing started getting worse and she started taking off with me a lot more. It took me about 5 rounds to stop around this course, and it was quite embarrassing. She used to stop and turn like that, and yes, so you could just see little cracks starting. So here it is, Penny's lap of shame, and you can hear on the tannoy the lady having to stop the coursework so that this girl can get her horse under control. Yep, that sums me and Penny up. So this kept happening more and more. We'd be galloping around, midway through our course, and then she'd just take off with me, and it looks really pathetic. But when I say that horse used to just tuck that chin in and lock her head and just bolt off with me, like, it was terrifying because I just had nothing. And yeah, there we go, flying round aimlessly, just me trying to stop her. It was so embarrassing. It's just horses, man. So I think this is me jumping after a show and just being like, right, get over these fences now, I don't care. And she's just popping dead easy, but yeah, there was just cracks showing, and it was making me lose interest. And the riding school where we stabled shut down, and I moved on my own somewhere, and it kind of led to me losing interest. So I was about 17 at the time, and yeah, boys were more important apparently, and yeah, I lost interest. So Pen took a back seat and kind of went into retirement from competitions, and actually it turned out to be the best thing I could have done for Penny at that time, because I retired from competitions and stopped riding her, really, just hacking for 2 years, and it just gave her time to be a horse, really, after having an intense show jumping career. So Mum and Dad said they were going to sell Penny, and we actually loaned her out. Well, she lasted a week on loan before she came back for running through fences, and she never went anywhere again. Stay tuned for part 3 of 4 of my riding journey. Hope you enjoyed.